Life Wisdom. Today I'm going to respond to someone's personal message that they sent us, and I think that this is something that a lot of you guys are experiencing. It's about sugar cravings and staying motivated to eat healthy. So I'm going to read his comment and then I'm going to reply in this video. If there's anything that you've ever wondered about or you would like us to do a video on, go ahead and leave those requests in the video comments. We really do read them and we really do respond to them, just like this video. Hi there. I'm a huge fan. Please do keep doing what you're doing because it's so helpful for all of us who actually need the encouragement and help to a better lifestyle. 3 years ago, I decided to get the lap band, bariatric surgery, to help me with my weight issues. Long story short, 3 years later, I had gained more than what I had previously weighed at surgery. During that time, I happened to encounter your videos and was overwhelmed by all the information. I was motivated to start eating right and following your tips and suggestions. I loved it, and I was perfect for about 3 to 5 months. I lost so much weight, and with the lap band, I did very well. But I got tired. It became exhausting to think about my next meal, eating healthy, preparing meals. It's like it was just way more convenient to go to McDonald's or fast food places and eat a big meal for under $5. But once again, I'm trying to go back to dieting, eating healthy, and following your tips. Last night, I was craving chocolate so bad, but not just one scoop of chocolate ice cream, I wanted to eat a whole lot. Where does this addiction to food and sugar and sweets come from? Is it all mental? Is it a real addiction? How and where do I go for help? Sometimes my body will crave orange juice, sugar, soda, or even meat, depending on what I have been depriving myself of. Why is this addiction to food so strong? Is it implanted in our brain? Please help. So you covered a lot of different things and a lot of different questions. And we've actually covered a lot of these things in previous videos. So as I go through and answer, we're actually going to include links. And so if you see a video next to me, it's because that video directly relates to whatever we're discussing. So the first thing I want to address is staying motivated to be healthy. So a lot of people experience what you experienced, where initially you get really excited, you get really motivated, you do really well for a couple of months, and then you just fall off the bandwagon. And that's perfectly natural. One thing we have to realize is that if we want to change habits, especially habits that we've maybe had our entire lives, it's going to take more than just a couple of months. And it's going to be really hard if we just try in one moment to completely change our diet. So if we can give ourselves gradual changes, then that's going to make it a lot easier. I would recommend the video Why You Can't Change also. This video discusses why we feel so resistant, why it's so hard to stay motivated, all of the different excuses that we give ourselves about time and money and convenience. So if you haven't checked out that video, I would recommend that one. The other video I'd recommend is called Weight Loss Mistakes, and it kind of talks about having that mentality of being on a diet and being limited and restricting your food and restricting your calories. And just in terms of a mindset, that's super stressful. And it's going to be a lot easier if you can say, you know what, I'm not going to go on a diet, I'm just going to make my lifestyle healthier. And I'm going to do little things to do that. So I'm going to maybe first cut out sodas, or first cut out fast food, or maybe first you just start integrating more vegetables, but you don't give yourself an all or nothing, really impossible goal to try to attain. Another reason it can be super easy to fall off the bandwagon is that junk foods literally are kind of addictive. We've got 2 videos on this topic. Junk food is designed to be addictive, and junk food is proven to be addictive. So quite literally, the food chemicals in the foods are known to cause an addiction-like process in your brain. So we have excitotoxins like MSG, we've got high fructose corn syrup, we've got a lot of unnatural flavors all up in these foods. They're incredibly addictive. They will create that addiction in your head. So if you can start to eliminate those foods, you will stop craving them. And I know it's kind of, like which came first, the chicken or the egg. But if you can get to the point where for a significant period of time, you just avoid those junk foods, you will stop having those really powerful cravings for those foods. So let's talk about chocolate cravings. This is something that really hits home for me too. We have a video called The Truth About Chocolate that I highly recommend. Now, there are 3 main components of chocolate that can make us crave it. That's the caffeine, the theobromine, and the refined sugar. And when we're talking about the best way to satisfy our chocolate cravings, you want to opt for dark chocolate. And I eat a lot of chocolate, but it's all 70 or 80%. So what is the benefit of eating dark chocolate? Well, there actually are some health benefits of chocolate, and it does contain antioxidants, especially if you're eating raw cacao, such as raw cacao nibs. There's actually a lot of health benefits. But when you're eating your typical candy bar, your Hershey's bar, there is a lot of added sugar, refined sugar, high fructose corn syrup or other corn products, a lot of preservatives, a lot of other flavors. So there's just a huge amount of refined sugar in all of these products, and dark chocolate has way less sugar. So if you can opt for dark chocolate, you can satisfy your chocolate craving, but you have a lot less other health concerns associated with most of your standard candy and chocolate bars. Some of your specific questions were, where does this sugar addiction come from? Is it all mental, and is it a real addiction? The answer is it's not all mental. There is definitely some physical addiction going on here. Part of it is the junk food designed to be addictive that we talked about earlier. And then part of it has to do with regulating your blood sugar levels. And we have discussed this ad nauseum in a lot of different videos. One of them is understanding blood sugar. One of them is how to lose or gain weight. And essentially, this is about understanding that every time we eat something, we're affecting the amount of sugar in our blood. And if we're putting way too much sugar in our blood over and over and over again, it's going to cause us to have more intense sugar cravings. Because just as it goes up really high, it's going to spike super low. So if we can eliminate refined sugar from our diets, that's going to be the best thing. Start using natural sweeteners like honey or maple syrup to satisfy that sweet. Start eating fruits whenever you're having a sugar craving. Because when you're eating a lot of refined sugar or a lot of refined carbohydrates, you're constantly spiking your blood sugar, and that is going to cause a physical and literal addiction inside your body. You also asked, sometimes I have cravings for orange juice, for sugar, for meat, whatever I'm depriving myself of. So here I would direct you to our video on sugar and junk food cravings and addiction. And essentially what we want to understand about our bodies is that our bodies have a craving mechanism built in so that our bodies can get what they need. And to an extent, we should be able to listen to our cravings because they're our body's way of telling us what we need to be eating. But what this video discusses is that all of the food chemicals, the preservatives, the processing of foods, all of these new frankenfoods in our diet have totally skewed our craving mechanisms. And so now we find ourselves craving things like soda or things like ice cream, when quite literally your body will never actually need those things to survive. So the solution here is to listen to your cravings and not deprive yourself of things to the point that you end up binging on them later. So if you're craving meat, that's your body's way of saying, hey buddy, I need to eat some meat. So when you have that craving, you want to answer it with the healthiest thing you can, which is going to be grass-fed, organic meat, if you can find it. And if you're having sugar cravings, for instance, you would say, okay, I'm going to have some sugar, but maybe in the form of fruit instead of a candy bar. If you're having salt cravings, it's because your body is probably mineral deficient. So you want to answer that with a sea salt or a full spectrum salt that contains a whole lot of minerals. The key here is to answer our cravings and let them guide us to our optimal health, rather than denying our cravings and putting ourselves in a state of misery all the time, just trying to be healthy. In a future video, I just might answer your question, but only if you leave it below in the comments. So please be sure to leave your question below. Let me know what it is you'd like to see a video about, and I just may make a video response for you. I hope this video was helpful for you, and I hope that you will share it. Leave your comment with your questions and topic requests below. And I want to invite you again to become a Psyche Truth Insider. So by visiting our website, psychetruth.net, you just enter your email address and you will receive our weekly newsletter, which is going to contain a lot of our favorite videos as well as exclusive content that only our Psyche Truth Insiders are going to get to see. So please be sure to friend me on the Facebook, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Are food manufacturers intentionally making their foods addictive? We have strong reason to believe that they are, so check out our video, Junk Food Designed to be Addictive. And maybe they'd like us to be addicted to the foods, but are the foods really addictive? Find out more in our video, Junk Food Proven to be Addictive. Do you need a swift kick in the butt to get you motivated to be more healthy, to be more happy, and to take care of yourself? If you have a million excuses for why you aren't taking care of yourself, check out my video, Why You Can't Change. Our bodies are built to crave the things it needs. To find out how our craving mechanisms have been pretty much screwed up by modern food, check out the video, Junk Food and Sugar Cravings.